Oh, guys, I forgot about my story.
Oh, yes, that's right.
God almighty.
Oh boy, story
Yeah.
time.
I literally was just not even going to say
All
about
right, hang on.
anything.
We'll play the story time jingle. Okay. All
Thank
right.
you. Yeah. Right in there. Um, so I it was a Tuesday evening.
Wait, is this a real story or are you just making this up?
This is a real story.
Okay.
It was a Tuesday evening. I was taking a shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I was on my phone, as you are, killing time. And my phone fell right in the shitter.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah. And
Was there already shit and piss in there?
so much shit and piss.
Oh no.
God.
Yeah.
No.
So much.
You don't flush immediately after it comes out?
So I
Do you
have
let it sit?
phases. I go through phases where the initial release gets flushed because I know that this toilet isn't strong enough.
Okay.
Not only
all right.
is that toilet not strong enough, but no toilet is strong enough. So I
So
don't.
you
Well, yeah.
you do
Wait. You shit immediately or flush immediately
yeah.
when and then when you get another, you just flush that too. So you're just like flushing like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I don't like it sitting in there. Yeah.
Jeff, what do you got?
Let's not interrupt him. Let's let him keep going. I want to hear more about
Okay.
Wait, we just before this podcast started, we were talking about how weirdly I shit.
Yeah.
Now we're figuring out that it gets weirder.
Yeah, I didn't think it could, but somehow.
But what's wrong with that? What am I?
I wouldn't say there's anything
nothing wrong with it. It's just
Oh.
off normal. It's.
I'm
Right.
sure there are many. No, I'm sure this is way more common than my other weird stuff I have going on.
Now, is it because like you had a relationship with this turd and you broke up with it and you're like, well, let's not try and get back together or anything. We just clean break. You need to leave type of deal.
Mm-hmm. Get your shit and go.
Get your shit and go. Pack it up in
Yeah.
a bag.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. It's you don't want stuff piling up and then it becomes a problem. Just get it. Just send it on its way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
all right. So, right. So normally after you shit a bit, you pretty much immediately piss. Right
I think
afterwards.
someone's got bingo already.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, after you shit immediately, you piss. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't. Isn't that true? Like you can't shit without pee, right? Pee will always come out. Is that right? Isn't that right? I think that's a fact.
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, having the two mixed in there is it's gross. So I flush it right away.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, you happen to have both in there.
Mm-hmm. Both in there. I reacted very quickly. It bounced around a little bit. It was kind of like a Naked Gun moment where it like bounced off my knee and then in between I'm like, God, don't. And then it went right in the toilet bowl. And I didn't hesitate. I just immediately, because I was like, I can grab the tip of it, right? And grabbed the wrong tip, by the way. No, I grabbed. I went and the tips of my fingers were in the toilet bowl as I grabbed it. Like I thought I could grab it before it touched anything or before the rest of it went in. But tips of the fingers went in, and I just went. Now here's the problem. Now my phone is a little water resistant.
Yeah.
So the phone isn't ruined.
The phone's okay.
It's not shit resistant though.
It's not shit resistant. Exactly. So
what are you saying?
I tell my wife, I go, I got to get a new phone. This thing fell in the toilet. I cleaned it off. I sanitized. I wiped it off. even after that, every time I touch it, every time I like picked it up off the ground, every time I picked it up, like I could just feel the aura of shit on my hand where I was like, it is tainted. It's tainted.
Oh, I see.
I cannot think about being on my phone without also knowing that it has been in shit water. And it had a case on it, and I had to get the case off, and there's like shit water in the case as I'm getting it. It was a mess. I mean, obviously, but
it's probably shit in the microphone parts and in the ear hole parts.
Exactly. So I told my wife, I was like, I got to get a new phone. I work from home, obviously. So I had calls all the next day. I was like, there's no fucking way I am using this phone on these calls. So I was like, I got to go out right now and I got to get a new phone. And she goes, oh, because that's right. Oh, is it like water damage? I'm like, yes. It worked fine. All right. I had to go to the store. I sanitize. I go to the store. I go in. They close. I didn't read the sign. I thought they were open. I get in there 2 minutes before, and I go, look, I don't care what it is. I just need a new phone. I said, my phone's, you know how phones
this
go.
old piece of shit.
yeah. They go, after a while, they just stop working. So I
How
go
old
in
is this
there.
phone, by the way?
Say what?
How old is this phone?
This phone is probably, I'd say close to 3 years. Yeah. So 3 years old. So I'm not one of these people who needs the new phone.
Yeah.
If it's working, if my phone, I was toying with the idea, but I was like, it's fine. So I would be fine if my phone was 5 years old. It doesn't matter to me.
Mm-hmm.
I walk in there and if you guys know me, you know that I'm a germ freak. I was a germ freak before coronavirus. I have sanitizer all the time. If I shake someone's hand, all I can think about is, oh, great, now I'm going to die, things like that. So I have hand sanitizer on me too, like a little hand thing, So this is my
Before
worst
Corona,
nightmare.
you had a small bottle on you?
Oh, no, not on me. In my car for sure.
Okay.
So, you out of your cars, you're doing something, you pump gas. I put some sanitizer after I pump gas. I don't know if other people do that sort of thing, but that's me.
Yeah.
So I go in the store and I go, my phone, and all I can think of is I got one good hand. I got one shit hand. Because my shit hand has to hold my shit phone, which has now been in my shit pocket, causing me to have shit pants.
Did you throw those pants away?
I can see how your unhappiness is building because of your tainted
that's all I can think about.
Okay.
Now, pants I did not throw away since I sanitized everything, but I was like, don't put anything in that pocket. Obviously, this is shitty. It's a shit pocket.
It's a shit pocket.
So I go into the store. I go, I need a new phone, and everything's under my wife's name. She takes care of everything. I'm a toddler with a bank account.
Okay.
So he's like, I need you to type in this and that. I'm like, can I just buy the phone? I was like, can I just buy the phone? I'll go home and do everything. But then they're like, if it's under your account, you got to switch. And I was like, all right, fine. And so it's not working for some reason. And he's like, oh yeah, well, you might want to call your wife if she's. And now I'm like, you're gonna make me have a shit head. Because I'm not going to put her on speaker and be like, oh. So I had it loud enough away from my head, and I walked away from him. I was like, yeah, hold on just a minute. So I didn't have it on speakerphone. I've got it 8 inches away from my face. And so there's a bigger ordeal, and they're like, yeah, man, this is what type of phone do you want? I was like, give me this one. And he's like, oh man, we only got that one. And I wasn't even it wasn't cares like, do you want this or that? I'm like, basic, don't need a lot. I need this much storage that was on my first one, and that's it. That's all I need. I don't need an upgrade like pro thing or whatever. So he was like, all right, we'll get that phone. What do you want? Like black? I was like, don't care. And he's like, case. I was like, simple, just get me out of here, basically.
Okay.
And he goes, oh man, the phone only comes in red. I was like, well, I guess my phone's red now, isn't it? I was like, well, then my phone's red. Like, I don't care. And I don't know if that is maybe just being a little older, but I'm like, don't care anymore. Doesn't matter what it is. Just give me the thing. I got to get out of here. I don't want to be talking on that piece of shit.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with your phone other than having
been in shit, which I know. But here's my thing. Works fine. So I traded it in and got some money. I'm just kidding. I didn't do that. I did not do that. I have my shit phone right here. It's in a shit plastic bag. This is my old phone, and I will not be selling it. I will be drowning this in a bathtub somewhere.
Can we see the drowning happen?
Yeah, maybe I'll put it on Instagram or something.
Don't hold your new phone over the tub to drown your old phone.
And update, have not brought my phone in to take a shit since that happened. Well, I'm shit free in the shitter. I'm phone free in the shitter.
What are you doing there?
Shitting, like,
I just have thoughts.
The fuck is that?
I don't know.
Is there anything you grab to read or something?
Nothing, I think.
Oh my God.
Dude, I'm like, I'm the thinker. You know the think man? That's what happened before phones.
I got a question about the think man. He's sort of hunched over, right? Like his elbows are on his knees.
Yeah.
When you dropped your phone in, were you sitting straight up? Like
I was
sitting in an
so
airplane
glad
seat?
you asked, because that was my next point.
Why do you sit so
why would my phone be right near my ding dong, right?
Yeah, how did that happen?
Why is it so close to my body?
Yeah.
I use a squatty potty. My knees are basically over my head.
Like a gargoyle on the side of a building.
Like a gargoyle. I got my hands, I'm resting my arms on my knees, so it's a lot closer, because after that event happened, I'm sitting there without it, and I'm like, my hands are so far away from the toilet. If I don't use this thing, I was like, if I never had that squatty potty, I wouldn't have a shit phone. It would have just fallen on the floor. I would have cleaned it. So,
all right. So the squatty potty is basically something to prop your feet up. How tall is this squatty potty? It's like a mini table, right? That just sits in front of the toilet.
It's like a step stool, pun intended.
Yeah, it's like one step.
One step. How high is it?
I don't know.
8
inches. Yeah.
Okay. And what does it help you do? It helps
you everything come out easier.
It helps everything. The posture that it puts you in helps things come out easier.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Not a sponsor, just a fan. And so that was my next point, is like that thing caused me to drop my phone in the toilet. So now I just have thoughts, and I'm sticking to it. I'm not bringing my phone in, even though it was one in a 1,000, maybe. Actually, I've never done that before. So as long as I've had phones.
I don't know. I feel like I've seen a statistic somewhere, a number somewhere, of like the number of phones that are dropped in the toilet every year. And it's crazy high. So I don't think it's as rare as you think. It may be rare for you, but not rare for people in general.
I got a good grip, I think.
No, for being honest, the reason I don't have a squatty potty is because if I'm having a difficult time, I will switch positions. I'll stand. on the seat and squat completely down. That sometimes helps.
The fuck?
I know this is more information.
Like you were saying, dude. It's like anything that involves shitting with you.
It's just the weirdest.
You've never done
So
that? You've never
wait.
stood?
Wait a minute. You stand on the rim?
Do you put the seat
Well, yeah,
up?
the seat's down. Seat's down.
You put your
Yeah.
dirty feet on the place where you're going to put your butt cheeks? That doesn't seem like you. I would think. Oh, no.
Right. Well, I am showering after anyway.
Oh.
But
You shower after every time you take a shit?
basically, yeah. We've covered this many times.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to.
But you've
keep track
never
of.
stood on the seat and squatted completely down.
I've never had a reason to.
Okay. All right. I'm just saying. Look, there's places around the world that you go to that where they don't have toilets. They just have a hole in the ground, and that's the posture.
But if you
So-
have the option,
Well, some would argue that posture is better.
that's true.
So laugh all you want.
We'll see who's getting their shit out and who isn't.
Phew.
Yeah,
long
no,
have we been
you're
talking
right.
about shit?
I
20
believe
minutes
it's.
now.
I believe I saw like in India. It's just a hole in the ground there, right? You just yeah.
I'm sure. So I mean,
whatever.
maybe in some places. I mean,
Yeah, not
it's
just
not-
India, but I'm just saying, like as an example, it's
They
not
have
like in
toilets
India.
over
It's just
there.
like, hey, we're just doing holes over here. Doing holes. Name of the episode. All right. Well, that's my
So you got a new
story.
phone.
Got a new phone,
So you got a new
and I did it out of principle that it has been in shit water, and not the fact that it was actually broken. And so what? My kid's not going to go to college. The fact is I don't have to talk to on a shit phone.
Okay. Well, if everything's working fine, that's
Mhm.
good. You're probably down a few $100.
Mhm.
Man, I want to see the old phone get drowned.
Yeah, will do.
Okay. Just use some like forceps or something.
Yeah.
Some science
Cinder block.
instruments.
Yeah.
Hold
I'll
it
tie
down.
a cinder block around it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure it doesn't come back up. Well, after that shitty introduction, hi guys.
Oh, hey.
God. Hi.
Yeah, that was our
Wow.
that was a cold
Our
open for you.
cold, shitty open.
Yeah.
Wow.
Again, it's why the other podcasts hate us. That's just the cold open. We're not even out of it yet.
Yeah.
Good to see you guys. What a week we've had.
Yeah, it's been a time.
I feel like there is news back in the world again.
There is news.
But first, there's words.
Oh, okay.
With news, there's always words.
You guys ready for this one?
Yeah.
Please.
Shit it out.
Half pace.
What?
Half
Half-
pace.
Half pace.
Okay. I'm going to answer for real. Half the speed you normally go.
Okay.
Mhm.
Quick out of the gate.
Boom.
Boom. Answered. Steven?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it means, right?
No.
Agree with Mark. No?
That is not it.
You're saying
Spoiler alert.
half pace or have space?
Saying exactly what it sounds like. HALFPACE.
Pace. One word?
One word. Sounds like half pace.
What's the definition?
Oh, no. Okay. It's a platform of a staircase where the stair turns back in exactly the reverse direction of the lower flight.
Oh.
So-
Okay.
Mark, I believe your stairs have a half pace.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, yeah. So
I
it goes
see.
up, and then you got a little kind of hangout spot, and then it goes
Back the other
back
way.
to where it came from. Okay, that is the
Interesting.
only way I was able to put my new baby's crib furniture and stuff up the stairs. I rolled it up the stair by myself because it was like right when coronavirus hit, so no one would come over, and we didn't want anyone over. I rolled that some bitch up the stairs at half pace, took a little break, and then I rolled it up the rest of the way.
Yeah. Wow. Very interesting. I guess I never knew what that part was.
Half pace.
That's a half pace. Okay.
I
I would
thought
just
maybe
call the stairs though, right? I mean, I wouldn't be like, "Hey, can you get that on the half pace?" You'd only use that in design, I'm assuming, or being an architect.
Maybe, yeah. Because if your stairs goes up and there's a platform, but then it turns 90 degrees to the right or left instead of 180, then that's not a half pace, is it?
is that a quarter
No.
pace? Is quarter? Let's find out. You know what? Now I'm very curious.
Ooh.
Is quarter pace a thing? Is that the?
Oh.
And I would assume again that you're only using this if you're a designer, architect, builder, things like that. You would not
Mhm.
be saying that word in your home with normal people. You would
According-
just say, yeah, it's on the stairs.
It's on the landing at the middle of the stairs.
Or
According
maybe
to
if someone's go ahead.
Merriam-Webster,
Mhm.
quarter pace, a staircase landing where the stair turns at a right angle.
Look at that.
Look at us. We figured out words exist. Look,
We
we can
figured out
come up
words.
with words.
We're deducing things.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
Whatever the fuck that means.
If only all of my high school teachers could see me now. Sit and spin the lot of you.
I think we this week has been some learning, huh?
This week has been
Woo!
just like somebody loading a cannon with knowledge.
Yes.
It's been ridiculous,
Yeah.
but interesting.
Right.
We're talking about
this is-
stonks.
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 Let's talk about stonks and what happened. This,
Let's one thing that I've learned that maybe we do right up top is that we say this is not financial advice.
No.
Don't do anything we do unless you ask for advice, and the advice we give you, don't do that either.
No,
The
don't do
three of us
any of the
do
shit
not
we
know.
ever say,
Mm-hmm.
except
Right.
for the tushy. That's a legitimate thing that will change your life for a reasonable price and it's super
Wow.
easy installation.
Yeah, should we create a segment for the podcast called "This Just In Last Week" and have like a little
Yeah.
This
Stuff.
happened last week. You probably already know about it, but let's say what we should have said. So what happened?
Oh shit! I thought you knew. I don't know. There are a lot of people are saying buy sell, and
The up one is the good, and the down one is the bad.
green. Yeah, green good. I don't have anything.
Red
Red
wrong.
wrong.
So, do you guys know what a hedge fund is?
It's this little. I got a shoebox that I'm putting cash in for these azaleas that my wife wants. Every week I put a little money in there, and then a few summers from now, I'm going to get those azaleas. That's my hedge fund.
Quick definition: a hedge fund is a pooled investment fund that trades in relatively liquid assets and is able to make extensive use of more complex trading, portfolio construction, and risk management techniques to improve performance, such as short selling, leverage, and derivatives. Now, after that, I still don't know what a
Same.
hedge fund is.
I've read so much shit over the last 72 hours or whatever. I'm reading it, and just like what it just happened, I'm reading the words, I'm comprehending the individual words, but the whole thing, I read so much and go, what did I just read something? Did I just look at a line of words?
Yeah, this whole thing is interesting because I think a bunch of common people are fighting back against these hedge funds on Reddit. the Wall Street Bets subreddit, which I thought at first was a bunch of Wall Street guys, but no, it's the opposite. It's a bunch of guys against the Wall Street guys. Is that right?
I think it's just a collection of, regular people, average citizens
That wish to get back at the man.
Well, I don't think that's how. I think the intention is, or the original thing is just, regular people that are interested in trading and retail. I guess they're called retail traders, like individuals that are trading on the stock market or
Okay. That's what it used to be.
I think still is. I think that this is just a very unique situation or set of events.
Okay. But it's turned into this huge thing now.
It's turned into a movement, it sounds like.
Yeah.
It does sound like that. And I, again, don't understand much of it, but I feel like we're not supposed to.
Well, I think we are. That's the problem. Is
Do you guys want to talk about this? Maybe we should just
No.
move on.
I have.
Tell me something about what your dick came in or whatever.
That's none of your goddamn business. And
I have.
I've got a very simplified and relatable explanation that I read on that somebody posted on Reddit. That if you'll allow me, I can read. That really helps break it down, and then I think might help simplify it for you and anybody else that is listening, that is seeing these things going on and seeing the headlines, but maybe isn't aware of exactly what is happening.
Let's do that. I think I need a simple explanation.
I do too, and I've read this a few times, and I'm still, every time I read it, I'm learning new things.
It is. On this podcast, we talk about black holes, suck holes, fuck holes, suck machines, fuck machines. But
shit phones.
Shit phones. But I do not understand this stuff.
Right.
So help me learn. So good, please.
Posted by Reddit Lurker 2001.
Okay.
God.
There's a rich kid in town. Let's call him Melvin. He thinks he's really smart. He finds a coupon for $20 off the new Nintendo Switch during the holidays with no limit on number of units. This is easy. I'll go ahead and sell the Switch now for $200 and then buy it for $180 with the coupon. Easiest 20 I'll ever make.
Okay, so that order was key right there. He's selling it first before he has it.
Correct. I think that is a huge part.
That's a huge thing you just said. Okay.
Yeah, or selling things that you don't actually have possession of.
So he plans to sell it to people that don't know about the coupon.
I missed that before. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's selling it to someone for $200. He doesn't have the Switch yet. Secretly, he's going to go buy a Switch for $180.
Correct.
Okay.
And pocket that. But so here we go. Well,
right.
He goes and tells all his parents' friends at the Citadel Country Club that he can get them the new Nintendo Switch for their kids. He collects $200 each from 150 parents. He now has $30,000 and will use that money to purchase Nintendo Switches for $27,000. He'll have earned $3,000 in just a few hours. His parents will be so proud.
Okay.
There's another kid watching Melvin this entire time. Let's call him Keith. Keith doesn't like Melvin. Keith is good friends with the guys over at GameStop. He finds out that there were only 100 new Switches shipped to the entire country. Keith and his 99 friends buy all 100 Nintendo Switches on the spot. Later in the day, Melvin goes to GameStop with his $20 off coupon and says, "I'll take 150 Nintendo Switches, please." GameStop guy looks at him and says, "Sorry, we're all sold out." Melvin goes to the next GameStop, same story, all sold out. He goes to all the GameStops in the city, can't find a single Switch. He won't be able to fulfill the orders. Meanwhile, Keith is telling all his friends about what Melvin promised the members at the country club. Nobody sell him the Nintendo Switch that you bought, no matter how much he offers you. Nobody likes Melvin. So everybody holds on to their Nintendo Switch. Melvin is in trouble. His parents' rich friends are all asking when they're going to get their Nintendo Switches. Melvin's parents are angry, but they don't want to lose their standing in the Citadel Country Club. They have to help Melvin get 150 Nintendo Switches. Now remember, there are only 100 Switches in the city, but Melvin has created the expectation among the parents that there are 150. This is how you get a short percentage over 100%. Melvin has promised more than actually exist. The price of the Nintendo Switches in the city skyrockets. Melvin's parents were able to get a few units from Keith's friends, but they had to pay really inflated prices for them. First, $1,000, then $2,000, now $3,000. It's nearing Christmas, and every rich parent at the country club is desperate for the Nintendo Switch they promised their kids. They can't trust that Melvin will be able to get them one. They all start bidding against each other for the Switches. Everybody in town is in on the action now. Everybody wants to get a Nintendo Switch to sell at the country club for $10,000. Meanwhile, Keith and his friends are just hanging out and playing Animal Crossing.
And that's the end.
Yeah, I mean, he goes on to add some other details.
It's a great explanation, yeah.
It really is. That's the one that I read a couple days ago that really helped break all the whole situation down.
All right, and the first guy was Melvin.
Correct.
So part of the story we didn't get earlier is back in 2008, Melvin was a fuck, right?
Melvin's been a douchebag for a long time. His parents have been douchebags
for a long time.
Keith,
he is known to have scams and flams in the past.
Keith and his friends would go and work at the snack bar at the country club, and they would worked at the golf course, just regular working people. But Melvin and all the members, they would always sit up on the balcony and yell at the kids working the cart path and working at the lifeguards and the snack bar workers. Just make fun of them because they had to work over the summer to earn money. They weren't just given money by their parents like Melvin.
I see.
Just typical 80s movie villain scum.
Now, does Melvin ever just move on? Or just say, hey, I can't. Sorry, I'm all out. It doesn't happen. Does he just give the money back?
So I think that is part of the addendum that he has on here. So you have a situation where Melvin owes 150 Switches to high schoolers and there are only 100 available. Melvin is overconfident and he thinks he'll get 150 Switches same day or at the very worst case the day after and maybe have to pay 150 Switches times a $5 penalty per each is $450. The $5 penalty, that doesn't explain it.
Basically, he owes more.
He owes people what they want, so they have to buy it and they have to take the loss because they've guaranteed this stock at this price.
So, all right. So for those who are asking why Melvin doesn't just pay off the high schoolers with money, let's say that the new Zelda game is coming out and they all want to play. They also know that the price of Switches is rising. Even if Melvin offered $800 or $1,000 to cancel the IOU, they know that they can no longer get a Switch on the open market. In addition, the high schoolers are probably aware of the rising trend in Switch prices. They may think that it's better to wait for a Switch that will be worth $15,000 in a few days than get paid off by Steve now for $1,000. So while it's possible that Melvin could buy his way out of this, it's very difficult. So by promising to buy these items, he's put himself in a spot where he really has to provide these at the price he said that he could provide them at, or his buyers then have other options that may be better for them, but he's still on the hook for this.
By law?
Yeah, I think there are laws, but the penalty for that law is probably way less than the cost of what it is. So
his penalty is increasing more and more every day the longer he does not provide.
I believe so.
Okay.
Again, we are not financial advisors. We are lay people trying to understand this just like everybody else is.
I barely understand it, but like Mark said earlier, this movement is starting into a movement, and I don't know how it's going to play out, but people are pissed and actually excited to, quote, like stick it to the man, right?
Right. So yeah, be a part of this, buy into this thing and everyone kind of gives the middle finger to these people who've been fucking over the hard workers and your average person just trying to make a living.
Yep. And then now we've seen some tactics from the hedge funds, right? Recently.
It's
There's
crazy.
already been some misinformation.
A shitload of it.
God, we've seen the trading try to stop. I mean, it's really wild.
Limit trades.
It's really wild what's happening, and I'm trying to keep up, and it's you know that they hit a nerve when this shit happened. Everyone's got their own advice, their own opinion, and it's like this collective has to come together and decide to do something, and if they don't, then it won't work, right? I saw this video on TikTok here where this woman is really, you can feel it in her voice, her emotion. I want to play it for you. It starts off with a guy saying, "Oh, what's going to happen when it goes down? You should sell." And then she stitched it and reacted to it. And here's what she has to say. Let's see what your reaction is to this.
Because that stock will eventually go back down to $5, and you don't want to be holding any that you paid hundreds for.
We don't care. For the second time in 2 decades, our government has abandoned us, bailing out the ultra-rich and the billionaire companies. And they left us with the bill again. We are being evicted, tossed out on the streets, starving. We're not even living paycheck to paycheck anymore because half of us or more have lost our fucking jobs. We don't have a pensions or a savings to lose on this. We've been living off that for the last year. If we can use the last few pennies in our pocket to burn it all to the ground around us and bring them with us, we're going to. That's what happens when you leave people with nothing left to lose. The wealth inequality right now is worse than what it was during the French Revolution. You're going to bite the hand that won't feed you eventually, especially when it's got a feast. And we're hungry.
Because that stock will eventually...
I like that. Yeah.
Wow, huh?
Yeah. What was that
Jeez.
person's handle or video? Do you know?
I'll find it for you. Am I allowed to say that right now? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I think you're allowed to. It says,
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to
person
claim credit for it.
This person is Ophelia Volpe.
Okay. On TikTok?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
but
I think well said. People are pissed.
I mean, that's
so. I mean,
so some people are hugely passionate about this.
Yeah, I've been reading. That's like, oh, God, I can't afford to even join this movement. They want to be a part of it. Maybe they want to they should have got in earlier or whatever. And yeah, I mean, I looked at the price today, and it's not cheap. Most people don't have that laying around to gamble on or to kind of maybe even throw away if you're looking at it of getting into the mindset of when you play the stock market, you should play with the expectation to lose. You won't, right? I mean, like, where it's like, this isn't money that I'm like, I need this fucking money. Like, I need it to feed my family. I need it for rent, whatever. But I have seen some comments of people be like, fuck it, rent's due. It's the first today, but I'll throw it in to try to be a part of this movement. So, people are pissed and they want to be a part of a cause.
Yeah. And apparently the only way this will work is if everybody holds on to that share and does not sell, right? Because if you sell, it goes back to what Jeff was saying, right? Yeah.
Then that switch becomes available for Melvin to buy and then sell at no loss to him.
But is Melvin waiting for it to come back down, or will Melvin buy?
I believe, and see, this is an aspect of it that I don't completely understand, is that price that he told them, that $200, said that I can get it for you for $200. That I think through fees or penalties or something eventually continues to go up. Even if he could get the switch at a lower price, Now I'm backwards
hypothetically-
again. Yeah, I think I'm backwards
Yeah,
again.
hypothetically, let's just say now he can buy it at 250.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I told you guys I could get it for 200. I'm taking a $50 loss, but I'm still getting this deal done.
Excuse me.
So
It's-
if you're a billionaire or that you have all these billions of dollars, why don't you just eat your own asshole and take buy at the little margin and be done with it, as opposed to like, oh, I'll wait until it comes down, right?
There's a lot of it. Even with that seemingly wonderful explanation or simplified explanation, there's still so many different parts and things that I don't understand.
Right. Yeah. Just before this pod started, we were talking about this, and Mark, you said that today you were watching tickers and stuff and graphs,
Mhm.
like, and how it was kind of like distracting. And I totally get that, because I was doing that for a little bit too. Like, what the hell's going on? I was addicted to watching a line move.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. I guess because especially it's not like any other stock because it's so volatile. Where it's like if it goes down a little bit, now you're losing $40 a share, or whatever, because it's so like all over the place. But yeah, I was working. I had my phone up, and I'm looking over.
You had your phone up, propped up, right, to where you didn't have to touch it.
Right, yeah. Well, no, not my shit phone.
Oh, the good phone, the new phone.
The good,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
But I had that going on, and I've probably looked at that thing 3 times in a minute. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, I don't know how people do like day trading for a living,
You got to be.
but the whole time I would just be on edge and totally like, oh God, what? No, what now? Okay, don't do that. No, do it now. Right now, do it. Don't do it. Stop. It's like,
yes, exactly.
Like,
It's like now I know.
I'm exhausted. I was exhausted doing it for like an hour, 2 hours because I'm genuinely interested. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You were practicing saying, oh, yeah, I would buy there. Oh, shit. No. Oh, I fucked myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm an idiot.
I understand now why watching Wolf of Wall Street while those guys did coke and everything. Because they fucking needed to be on top of things.
100%. Yeah. Now you watch that movie and you're like, they didn't do it because they had a problem. They did it just to get through the day.
Just to be able to do their job. Yeah. That's
Like in the beginning, Matthew, it's so funny. I watched that movie 3 weeks ago.
really
Wolf of Wall Street.
before all
I
this
was like-
started.
and now I'm on a big Leo kick where I'm like,
Oh,
I'm watching
really?
all his movies. Oh, he's so good.
Yeah.
I hate the fact that he was in Titanic and I fucking hated him because all the
Right.
girls thought he was hot.
Right.
And I was totally on that, like, fuck this fucking guy. He's amazing. He
Yeah.
is so good.
And over his entire career.
He's never, yeah.
Wow. All right. So we're fans of Leo now.
I'm a
All right.
Leo stan. I'll say it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow.
Think about, just imagine your job is gambling at like a blackjack table, but like at the blackjack table at the casino, you fuck up, you bet incorrectly, you can just walk away. You don't have to like show back up to the blackjack table the next day
Right.
and like look that fuck up in the face.
I see.
Ugh.
Wow.
And that too, and a lot of it is like other people's money. So
I guess it makes it a
you're
little
talking
easier.
about like people's retirements and stuff, and you're like, I thought it was going to be red, it was black, and now you have to work 5 more years. Sorry.
Right. So,
But that's another interesting thing is like, how come gambling is illegal and the stock market is fine when there's more corrupt shit? I mean, yes, the house typically always wins with gambling. The odds are pretty good, but with all the lies and deceit and the behind closed doors type of stuff going on in Wall Street, it's worse because at least gambling, I can have my own decision of put it all on red.
right.
To say that it's not gambling, do I have to say I invest in red? I invest
I don't know.
in odd numbers on red. Spin it.
I don't think investing is like Michael Scott declaring bankruptcy. You don't just go out into the office and yell, "I declare bankruptcy."
Yeah, it's not that. It's not like you can. Yeah, right. Declare bankruptcy. I just looked up. Do you want to hear the definition of a derivative?
Yes, please.
Fuck. Yeah, fuck.
Two words in one episode?
I might have to have a beer
Yeah.
after this.
Oh yeah. Okay. A derivative is a contract between two or more parties whose value is based on an agreed upon underlying financial asset, like a security, or a set of assets, like an index. Common underlying instruments includes bonds, commodities, currencies, interest. So again, I still don't know what a derivative is. I still don't understand it.
That's because
and
you got
that's
to know all
part-
the other words.
Right. That's
Yeah.
That's part of a hedge fund. Someone's going to have to sit me down on a bed and kneel next to the bed and explain to me.
The fuck? That's not what learning is, Steven. That's
And undo
Like
my
a
belt
child.
buckle. Unzip my pants.
they're gonna have to get down there and look me right in the penis.
No. I mean, like beside me, not in front of me.
Oh,
Like they're
okay.
beside me with a notebook drawing out pictures.
Hot for
Oh,
teacher.
Why do you have to get in bed for this? Why can't you just meet at the kitchen table?
Yeah, like a conference
like it's a
room. Or,
bedtime story. Like someone's trying to explain to me like a child.
why didn't you just say bedtime story?
Guys
Wait, why do they have to kneel?
All I'm saying is someone has to explain it to me so good. So
Yeah.
good. Like how Jeff did, but there's more to that. We were talking about that iconic scene with the guy with the champagne. What year was that?
2011.
11?
And that wasn't a movie monster character villain. That was a real life human being with his real life human being friends.
Yep, I remember 2011. It was the Occupy Wall Street thing was going on. Was it? Yeah, New York City, right? A bunch of people were out there screaming, and at the top of the building, a guy with a bald head had a glass of champagne, toasting next to all their friends. They were having a party up there, laughing at the people down in the street. That's really all you got to remember. You don't have to understand what a derivative is.
Yeah.
Just know that people are still pissed about that. That's happened a few times, right? Am I getting this right, or am I wrong?
No, you're right.
It's at the point where it's like, okay, the shit's starting up again. It's like the common people have been in a boss fight for decades, and now we've finally tried a new thing to fight the boss with. That's what's happening, right?
Yeah.
I kind of think so.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's
and now we casted like a damage over time spell on them right now, right? Am I getting this right?
we went back and we found the gauntlets of diamond.
Okay, yeah. We casted like a bleed or a blight spell, and they're taking hits over time right now.
A +2 potion of holding. We have the tendies for re-upping the mana.
Oh man, just the comments alone are amazing. I mean, but yeah, you know, the it is interesting because they have. I mean, there's people in the Wall Street bets. There's people trying to throw you off. There's people. Most of them are trying to do good, but I think they caught a couple people today that were trying to scare some people.
Whole entire news networks and channels
yeah.
and shows and talking heads.
And now we're talking heads talking about this.
Yeah, but we're talking shitheads. We
That's right. That is exactly right. We are. We did this. We started out that way in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's like watching Game of Thrones for the first time. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I like it.
Right.
I it's interesting. Yeah, this hasn't been. Does anyone want to close with a dick joke or anything? Or
I would like to say something.
The floor is yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got just one. We have a question that came in through Instagram.
Oh yeah. Okay.
David from Germany.
Mhm.
Thank you, David. We love you. We appreciate your support. Got a great question for the podcast. He says, and I'm really interested in what Steven has to say to this. What are your thoughts about towels to dry after you took a shower? I heard people are disgusted by using one towel for all of your body, not wanting to run dry your face with the same towel you rub your ass with. I never really thought about it and obviously only use one for everything. Typical man, I guess. Would love to hear your thoughts about that topic. Thank you, David, all the way from
Wow.
Germany.
David, thanks.
Thanks, buddy.
Wow, that is an interesting question. I don't
Thank
think
you,
that
David.
question gets asked enough.
Did you say asked?
Wow. You're right. I should start using 2 towels now. I use one. I use one when I dry. I go from the head to toe when I dry.
Mm-hmm.
Mark, I'm interested to hear your answer too, since you're a germ guy.
But
I'll just go fuck myself, I guess, with my
yeah,
answer.
yeah. Well, Jeff, we don't really care what you have
Yeah.
to say, but Steven, how many times do you use that towel?
Oh God, that was gonna be my next question to you, and you. Oh man. Yeah, so I switch towels every few days, I think.
Okay.
Man, now I'm gonna have to do it more often.
No, honestly, I thought I heard you say one time that you use one towel each time.
No, I don't. I
Okay,
go
okay.
a few days. But what's weird is, yeah, you're right, David. When we get out of the shower, we dry ourselves. I usually take the towel, the middle of it, hair, face, and then you dry off the rest of your body. And then the next day, the next shower, oh, which side did I use? Which parts did my ass touch and my cock? I don't know. My feet. I wish there was like a heat map of all the bits that touch the towel. There's not an invention like that yet, but
We just need some money to back it.
I do believe there are towels that are two-toned. You have like a clean and a dirty side of it.
Oh.
I don't think it's sides. I think it's ends. Are the two different colors.
Interesting.
So like
Okay.
a north and a south on a magnet.
Oh, gotcha.
One color is for your one category of parts, and
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's great. Wow, a multicolored towel. Dry this here. Dry
yeah,
this here. It's great.
Yeah, so here is my answer, and of course, you guys are feel free to cut it off after my answer, this podcast, or if you want to hear Jeff's answer, I guess you can let it run. But I
Go
did not.
fuck yourself, both of you. I do things too.
I did not develop this system until probably early 2020, possibly end of 2019.
So new.
I came up with this new system where I have the towel. I have the big towel. I do hair, and then I do everything from the neck down. I then wrap myself in my towel. I walk over to my face towel, and I wipe my face dry.
Oh,
So I have a face towel.
you have a face towel.
And then I have a body towel. And then I was thinking, well, so that's my system now, and that's my current system. But I was just thinking today that I was like, every time we get out, we're not cleaning dirty stuff off. I mean, yeah, sure, who knows what you got in your asshole?
I have some ideas what could be in there.
But everything's clean. Like you just cleaned it. The only time you use your towel is to dry off the cleanest your body will ever be. So that is so the body towel. I do the same thing as you, Steven. I probably use it 3 times, but that face towel, I have a separate face towel. And then, of course, when I have a new towel, I will do my head, I will do my face, and then do the rest of my body. But once I use it one time, I go back to the face towel.
Okay. Well,
So
what if someone
that's-
visits your bathroom and then they get done using the bathroom and then they wash their hands? What do they dry their hands with? Do you
Well,
have a separate towel system?
I have a separate bathroom for them to use.
Oh, well, look at you. Okay.
Look at you with 2 bathrooms.
Up on your
Huh.
balcony with champagne, looking down on the rest of us.
You're one of those.
Mhm.
Well, look, that's a great invention. I think what Jeff mentioned. I think I would like to invent the body map towel. It's a towel that has, you see like a texture map on a model, or it's going to have a face plastered in part of the towel. It's going to have a dick, an ass, hands, torso on one part of the towel. So you put that part on yourself. You draw yourself. You match the parts to dry with. It's going to be pictures.
You just need a terry cloth onesie, like footy pajamas, that you just zip all the way up. And like just the parts stay on the parts. That doesn't go anywhere else.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah, you get in your onesie, you zip it up, and then you just roll your body on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing's
What they
touching.
need is, a hand dryer, a blower, but for residential bathrooms, like a
Okay.
huge one that goes from the ceiling all the way down to the
Oh,
floor.
good.
with
I'm
a
glad you
drain
said
in it.
ceiling down because floor up, now you're getting bits in your eyes and on the ceiling. And
Yeah, right. Yeah, pubes will just be woof, throwing up into the air.
is your pube hair falling out?
Yeah.
Dude.
My balls are thinning.
Jeff, tell me? I'm dying to know, and I know everybody else is.
No, I'm with you. I use the one that you thought about. I have faith in and trust in my ability. Maybe possibly the one thing that I trust myself to do is to bathe myself.
Yeah.
So, like you said, when I come out, there's no cleaner version of me than that version right there.
Right.
So that towel should just be cleaning water off of skin. All skin at that point is the same.
Okay.
I will say, when I'm in a hotel and I'm drying off, it's like a
Grabbing bed
cartoon.
sheets.
I just whip that thing between the legs and I can go back and forth. It's so nasty. And then there's a 2-tone towel.
You have friction on your taint using hotel towels?
Inside my asshole, yes.
Oh.
He does the scarf trick out of his mouth, but it's not a trick. It's actually going all the way up in there.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah, no. I do the same thing at home. If the last time I know I'm going to use that towel, that body towel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a
Do you
cartoon
dry
baby.
your asshole or just your cheeks?
I dry my cheeks
Okay.
and then I pray.
Okay.
I pray the rest works out.
All right.
No, I get back there, but I'm not in it. Like I
Yeah.
get around enough.
Yeah, I was wondering what the proper way was. Okay. All
But
right.
I'm not jamming stuff between the cheeks and moving
Okay.
it around. Like I've seen some guys in a YMCA locker room.
Right. I think I'm the same way. Okay, yeah. All right. Jeez. Just want to make sure I'm doing that right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Dude, I saw one guy in a YMCA locker room.
What do you do?
You know how you see like guys cleaning a bowling ball where they put it.
Like the Jesus. Yeah.
They're lifting up both sides like going like this. I swear to God, I stared at this guy drying his dick off because I was like, Who the fuck does that?
Wait.
Like-
He was drying his dick off like that?
Yeah, like he just like
Just the dick.
under he's got his under his balls and dick. And by the way, this is all making up for the Wall Street stuff.
Yeah.
And then he's lifting both sides up, like cleaning underneath it, like this, like he's a marionette, just pulling strings.
What in the world?
I wouldn't do that in private. Well, I mean, come on, but I mean, I wouldn't do that. Like, usually you're a little more self-conscious about what you're doing when people can see you, especially in a
How long did he do that for?
15, 20 minutes.
He had terrible rug burn.
I just went to the vending machine, grabbed a snack, and sat down beside him.
That is insane.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess to each their own. I won't knock anybody for however they want to dry their own body off, but God.
Yeah.
Thank you, David. I hope that answered
Yeah,
the question.
thanks,
Thanks, David. Wow. What a question. Okay. Thanks, David.
I wonder, and with that being from Germany, what are the different towel routines from around the world? Are there like regional or like country specific type things, or?
I think it's just up to the individual. I mean, however you want to do it.
I feel like Europe, and I could be wrong, but I feel like Europe does it best because it seems like a lot of Europeans have towel warming racks.
Yes.
And like that's not a thing in the States. Hardly,
That's
like
not.
maybe like super, super high end hotels or like,
That's a good catch there. Yeah.
I haven't seen those.
It's such a, like a bidet, it's like such a simple luxury that it just can make your day so much better. Just having a nice warm towel. Like why?
That does sound nice.
Yeah. Always having a warm towel. I'd go for that.
Mm-hmm.
To try and sand my dick and balls off with.
Put them in a belt sander.
Yeah. It's like those old exercise machines from the 40s.
Yes. The jiggler.
Yeah.
The jiggler exercise machine. Yeah. What's that doing?
He's got one of those at home and he just faces backwards in it and puts the belt around his waist or lower. Yeah. Donnie Dave from a European. He's got one.
You got one.
Oh,
Okay. Wow.
I don't know why they're
I'm missing
nowhere.
out. Well, yeah, they're not here. That's weird, huh?
More proper over there.
Well, I feel like they respect themselves and their lives a little bit more. It's not like, I got to get to work. No
Cold
time.
Towels.
I
Room
gotta-
temperature towels is what we're using.
I got to get to work as soon as possible. No,
Right.
slow down. Enjoy it a little bit. You only get one shot. Have a warm
Mhm.
towel.
Okay.
Treat yourselves better.
The moral of tonight's episode.
Is that it?
Yeah, is that us for tonight?
I guess so.
I think so. We covered a lot. Covered quite a lot.
Again, this is
Covered
not
the,
financial advice. Take nothing we said as factual.
And it's not drawing advice either. You drive yourself the way you want to.
Everything we said tonight. This isn't shitting advice either. This isn't phone buying advice either.
Nope.
Delete this whole episode.
Go back, build yourself a time machine. Don't listen to this.
You know
We
that
talked about nothing. Actually, we did.
what was that? There's that
Important
book called Steal This Book.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that being a thing.
Yeah. We just need to rename our podcast Delete This Podcast.
Yeah, we could.
Well, thank you everybody for hanging out.
Yes. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Good times and
Fun as always.
We'll see what the rest of this week brings.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my eye on those stonks. I think I'm gonna try I don't know if I can buy a portion or a fraction of a share tomorrow. I know things are down a little bit, but do what I can, hold on to it, those diamond hands, do my part.
Yep.
We'll
Same. I'm gonna look into it. See what happens.
see you all at the moon.
Sounds
Be
good.
careful, everybody. Be careful out there.
Yes.
And hang in there. Hang in there.